Dr. Wood, author book Miracles Minutes, and the title of this video is The Difference Between Love and Being Loving. So we all have love, we want to give it and we want to share it, and the question is, are you sharing love, or are you hurting and harming others in the trying to love someone else? So I'm going to cover a story and then explain it, and then help people learn how to deal with thoughts, feelings, emotions, and having a conversation that doesn't go personal, that has some discipline to it, because discipline's part of love, that allows someone to correct course and become loving. So it was some time ago. I'm the father of 3 daughters, and one of my daughters was improperly using her cell phone and smoking my data plan up. My bill was going through the roof. Okay. So does she love her father? Yes, she does. And we have a great relationship, and and all that stuff. But she wasn't being loving towards me. And so time went by, and a conversation was had, and like, hey, do you understand? Like, let me explain to you what's going on. What's the problem? Why are you not figuring this out? How come you're way over your data limits? Because it's causing some problems for me. That my bill is 2 to 3 times more than it should be, and I'm having a conversation with you right now. It's almost like Tom Hanks in in that movie. A League of Their Own. I'm just trying to be really nice right now. What's going on? So anyway, I had the conversation with her. Say, hey, look, you're smart enough to figure out how to work Snapchat. You're smart enough to figure out how to work all these other apps. I'm sure you can figure out if you're using Wi-Fi, if you're on Wi-Fi, or if you're on the internet using data usage. So the conversation was had, and then next thing you know, maybe a little bit better the next month, and then a couple months from now, it's through the roof again. And hey, my tone has gone up, because I'm trying to meet this problem without having to lose it. So let's talk about this. And everybody's like, well, you just take it away. Like, well, she also needed the phone to kind of, it helps with her personal care of, she's home alone, so there needs to be conversation. So I just can't take away the phone. That wasn't an option. Okay, so now as the father, like, hey, look, let's talk again about, the cell phone usage and data and all that stuff. So does she love her father? Yes. Is she being loving towards me? What is being loving? Loving is, are you considering how your actions, how your thoughts, how your behaviors affect someone else's life? See, as the loving father, I've granted her access to my life. She's open ground to my heart, my money, and everything else. Is she going to be respectful? Is she going to honor that? Or are you going to let me better off or worse off? So she was leaving me worse off. So I'm having the conversation. You're not being loving, because in the relationship, I am losing because you're being inconsiderate. Inconsiderate. Not considering. Considering what? My life and how your actions are causing me hurt and harm, and you're not feeling my pain. So I'm going to bring you a little bit of my pain. I'm going to share it with you to let you know that you're not being loving. Does that mean you're a bad person? I'm not saying that. I'm saying your actions and behaviors, because they can change. I'm asking you to change behavior. So it went on for a while. Kind of going on like, yo, hey. And then finally, I had enough. Because obviously, let's talk again. Am I not clear in my language? Did I not express myself, what's occurring on my side, and how this is causing me trouble? Like, if I can't pay the cell phone bill, not only do you lose privileges, I lose privileges. It affects my well-being, and it actually affects your sisters, because your actions and your behaviors not only affect you, they affect me and your family. That's being inconsiderate. It's called being selfish, and it's called not thinking. Not thinking and being in your own world and not considering others' world. Can you hear someone else? Are you seeing how your thoughts and behaviors are affecting others? If not, you're not being loving. Because when you're being loving, another person's life is almost like Warren Buffett says, when you take money, number one rule is don't lose it. Don't take the love you've been given and have less. Don't take the money you have been given and have less. At least have the same amount and hopefully add to it. So in a loving relationship, somebody doesn't lose and you win, because actually everyone loses. See, selfishness causes everyone to lose, and it hurts and harms everyone. So there's love and being loving, and the difference is, are you responsible? Are you considering others and how your actions, behaviors, are you bringing goodness in the world? Are you adding to someone's life? Are you taking from someone's life? That's the difference between love and being loving. Now, is my daughter a good person? Absolutely. Is her behaviors the problem? Absolutely. So, like I said, at one point, it got to the point where no matter how much I up the ante in my voice, in my presence, not enough heat. Not enough heat. Not enough heat, because nothing's changing. Simple request. Thought was received. The outcome was same behavior. More. Same behavior. More. Same behavior. Obviously, I had it. At that point, I told her, you must want me to kill you because I've talked to you for so many months in a row, and obviously you're digging me a financial hole and you haven't changed your behavior, so now you're going to see the wrath of God. Like me, I'm coming after you and you're not getting away. So I confronted and cut off all forms of escape because now you're going to face the music, because she's not feeling my pain. And in doing this, you can say, that's not very nice. I know it's not nice. But if I don't teach her that she's not being loving when she goes out into relationships in the world, she's not going to treat her friends, her husband, her others, teammates, and be loving and leave them better off. She'll leave them worse off, and then she won't have relationships. So that's the difference between having love and the action of loving another human being and leaving a person better off. So now she has to face me. Like, you need to get your goddamn ass out here right now. I don't want to hear your shit. I'm scared. I'm like, I don't care. I said, I'm going to go crazy on you. You better get out here right now. So then I made her do something else, okay? And you can say, well, Dr. Wood, that's really, what are you doing? Like, you're scaring your child. Like, what happened is there's a mistake, and she's not owning the mistake. So that's number one. Because you can't learn from a mistake until you own it. And she's trying to run from the mistake and act like it didn't happen, trying to use her femininity and sweep it under the rug. No Tears of Waterworks working right now. You're going to own your mistake. Because if I don't hold her accountable for that, she'll never learn how to be loving, and she'll never see how her actions sometimes can hurt others. It doesn't mean she's a bad person. It's just when she goes to execute in relationship, she's not being considerate of someone else, and she's not honoring their life when they grant you access to it. When someone grants you access to your life, don't destroy their life. It should beautify their life. It should add to their life. You should contribute to their life, and you're contributing to theirs. And so both people are better off, not you're better off and this one's not better off. That's selfishness. Again, it's from being inconsiderate. So the next lesson, number one, she's getting ready to own her mistake. And I'm going to turn up the heat really, really hot. Purpose of heat. She needs to feel my pain, and she needs to feel pain and suffering on her part. So you know how you learn? Wow, that stove was hot. I'll never do that again. She just touched a hot character, and that was me. And the purpose of me bringing the pain and the suffering was because she's not learning from the simple conversations we were having, so I'm bringing heat. Now I'm going to hold her there in the heat, under the fire, and make her do something else in life. Have the courage to step forward and do something called integrity and do the right thing in spite of how she feels. I know you're afraid. You've made a mistake. You need to come now and make it right. You need to come now and hear the other person that you've hurt and harmed, me and my finances, and your sister, and own this mistake and sit here with it. And I want you to sit with the pain. And the purpose of sitting with the pain is like, I'll never do that again. Boom, I learned from the mistake. Therefore, I can now be loving. And when I'm in a relationship with someone else, if someone grants you access to my home, to my finances, to my heart, to my feelings, that you don't leave me worse off, you leave me better off. And that's the difference between love and being loving. And it's when a parent needs to hold someone, or a business leader, or a spouse, hold someone accountable and not sweep under the rug. Just move on. Just move on. No, we ain't moving on nothing. Because if I don't hold that line, she won't learn from the mistake. She won't feel the pain of the mistake. And if you don't feel enough pain in the mistake, then the behavior doesn't change. Since the behavior changed, I've equipped my daughter two things: to step forward into a man's world, or anybody's world. When you make a mistake, how to step into that space, how to own and confess your mistake. I was being inconsiderate. I wasn't thinking about you. I'm sorry. Not only I'm sorry, what's your commitment to me from here on out? I will be honorable with your finances. I'll be honorable with your things. I'll be honorable with your heart, with your life. That's loving. To not own the mistake means you don't learn, and if I give you my privileges again, you're going to screw me over. I love myself. I'm not going to let that happen. And I love you, and I'm not going to let you continue to do that to me. See how it works both ways? So now that she learned how to do that, she learned her mistake, she starts learning that, when I don't think about others, I may not be loving towards them. I may not contribute to their life and help their life become better. I could actually leave them worse off. Even though I'm a good person, I can still hurt people. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. It's just when you practice being loving, there was something missing. And it's usually consideration and being responsible. So when you be responsible for yourself and your actions and your feelings, you can then own mistakes and correct course of action. The next time you come out to be loving, you actually execute loving the person you say you love. So it's Dr. Wood. Hope this video helps you. And it's the difference between love and being loving. And did that occur, happen? And how do you know it occurs? You always leave someone never worse off. That's the minimum requirement. But if you're really good at loving, you're going to leave them better off. That's how you know their life is better off from knowing you and being in a relationship with you. Dr. Wood, hope this helps.